going on, guys? All right, I think I am live right now. So go ahead and sound off in the comments if you can hear me all right, and if everything looks all right. I think it should be good. Got a bunch of stuff here, and rather than unboxing and taking a look at all this gear by myself, I figured, hey, I'll just go live for it. So I'll kind of update you on a bunch of new stuff. I don't know why it all came in at once, but there's so much stuff. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna forget about this, so I'm gonna leave this out. Yeah, so much new stuff came in, and so we're gonna be taking a look at that. All right, let's see. Okay, awesome, cool. All right, let's take a look at a couple of things right now. Feel free to ask me any questions along the way for anything that's going on, but I just upgraded my filter collection right here. So I shoot a lot of video, and obviously you should be using ND filters all the time. I got a bunch, and I got Polar Pro's new Cinema Series quartz line filters. So I use their Cinema Series stuff for drones. I've been doing that for years now. So basically when it came to UV filters, I've been using a lot of variable ND filters. I recently did some tests on my Tiffin variable ND filter and found that it was just not as sharp as I would have liked. And so, when I'm doing weddings and run and gun stuff, I still have to use variable ND filters. I might take a look at a couple to see if I can get something better quality. But when I'm doing nice work that I really want to care about, or especially photos where I can put on the right ND filter and adjust my settings to get that to work, I want the utmost quality. And so here we go. That's where these came in. So I've got, 82 millimeters and 67 millimeters are basically the two that I went for on this. So yeah, I've got I got some circular polarizers as well. UV filter, I'm not too sure. The UV filter, I used to tell people don't get UV filters. I'm kind of curious about this one on whether or not this reduces the quality. I'm hoping that this is amazing quality, and what I would recommend is if you got something like this, it would serve as protection for the front element of the glass. That's the whole thing that, I used to work at Best Buy like 10 years ago in their camera department, and that was the thing that we used to sell people is UV filters for the front of their lenses, and usually we would sell them like $10, $15 UV filters that would ruin their lenses. So hopefully this is going to be a little bit better. But ND1000, 10 stops, ND10000, this is 15 stops. So I got some really cool stuff. We're traveling to Washington, D.C. Sally and I are heading to Washington, D.C. on Thursday, and we're going to be shooting some photos there with this, and I'll show you some of that stuff. Some step-up rings, yeah, a bunch of ND filters. These are the cases that they come in. Man, when it comes to ND filters, these are beautiful. These are insane. The first ND filter that really is beautiful looking right here. So they come in these nice cases. I really like these because they're small. Some of... I think this is a Tiffin case that it came in, and this is huge. So I never use these, but these cases are nice. So ND64s, ND16s, and then a couple larger ND1000s and ND10000 for that 15 stops that I'm going to do some stuff with. So that's it. This is the Sigma 85mm f1.4 Sony native E-mount. This is really cool. This is Sony or Sigma's 135mm f1.8. So, just for reference, this is massive, absolutely massive. And let's see if I had another one. This is a 24-70 right here. So you can see that it is a little bit bigger than a 24-70 in this 85. So it's really large. We have actually already shot with this, and we have shot side by side with this one. And also, let me just make sure anything is going on. All right, cool. Everybody's good. So yeah, I've shot already. Sally and I shot with this lens as well as compared to the Sony 85mm 1.4 G Master, as well as compared to the Canon version with the MC11 adapter. So all kinds of tests coming up on that one. That's fun. Also, right now I'm editing the video for this. So, everybody knows this one right here. So this is a Ronin S, and overall it's been really good for me. And there are a lot of quirks for this, and actually going into it, kind of give you a little bit of a summary on this one. Going into using this, there were just a lot of things that I was a little bit hesitant about. There's no dual handles. There's a couple of weird things going on with this. Tripod plates, the adapters, the cords going into the camera for Sony, they just don't have them. And so there were a lot of things I was really hesitant about. I almost didn't use it for a wedding that I shot on Sunday. However, I decided, okay, I'm going to use it. It's good enough. I used it for that. I used it for another photo shoot, a portrait photo shoot, which is really cool. So all that is coming up. The video is actually filmed. I'm editing it right now. Overall, even though I thought I would hate it, it ended up being my favorite. This is a Crane 2. This is my go-to right now. And so compared to this, at the end of the day, I preferred it, but it is not without its faults. So you have to know those going in. But if you can live with those faults, it's actually pretty cool. So those are right there. Yeah, Canon color. So I will say, you know, I've heard this forever. I've been shooting Sony since the original, I've been reviewing Sony cameras since the original A7 came out. The first time I actually purchased a Sony camera was for the A7R III. Color science got a lot better with that one. I'm actually shooting this with the Canon 5D4 right now, so maybe I'm cheating a little bit there. But yeah, since the A7R III and A7 III, color science has gotten a lot better. I'm absolutely fine with it now. Never use filters. Okay, when you're shooting video, I really recommend trying to get your shutter speed as close to double the frame rate as possible. I use ND filters because of that. The variable ND filters that I was using, again, they were lowering my quality. So from that, that's a sound argument, is that ND filters usually lower the quality. These are the first ones, and again, I'm going to be doing some more shooting comparisons with these to kind of show you that these are much better than anything else on the market, and I'm really impressed with the quality. I've thrown a couple photos on my Instagram page already. If you're not following me there, at Learning Cameras, check that out. And also when we're traveling to DC this weekend, we'll be doing a lot of stories and fill you in there, so be sure to check that out. What else do I have? Okay, this is really cool. By the way, I have like 15 unopened boxes right here, so I got so much stuff right here. I really wanted something to do for these live videos because otherwise they just get kind of awkward. So this, I have it open, where is it? This right here, this is mad awesome, and it's been out for a little while, and this is the Edelkrone, and it is a slider. Let me show you how this thing works. First of all, let me tell you, I'm not going to do a review on this probably because it's been out for a little while, and I bought this myself. Like, this is something that I use all the time. I bought it for me to be able to use. Some of the stuff I'm sent in for review, and some of the stuff that I actually pick up myself because I believe in it. So this is one that I picked up myself. So inside the app, I can control these slides. Let me do something a little bit faster. Turn it up. And you can see that I can do these awesome slides right here from my phone. Now the connection on this is actually the best I've ever seen. Like literally when I put the battery in this and start this up and I open up the app, within 3 seconds this thing is connected. I have never seen that on anything. This is literally the best connection for Bluetooth that I have seen. So you can set up custom stuffs, time lapses, stop motions. Really cool. The interface is a little bit confusing, but they have some videos online that show you how to do it. You can just move these things however you want at different speeds, program them in, get cool moves. So I bought this, and then they have another one called the, what's it called? Motion Box, which can go on side of this and rotate as you pan. And I got that as well. It should be here tomorrow. So again, those are things that I bought. I'm really excited about this. I used this at a wedding that I shot on Sunday. This is the coolest thing. I mean, I just threw this on my tripod. Look how small this is. It lived on my tripod the whole time. It's firm, so if you use it as a tripod without using the slider, it's fine. And then when you want to, you can pull out your phone and control it. A couple of little beefs. It's no on-off switch, so even though they claim the standby battery life is like a month, I would like to turn it off. And the only way to do that is to pull the battery out. These also use the Canon batteries. So what is this, the L6 or... what is it? Yeah, the LPE6. So these are Canon batteries. It actually doesn't come with any, which I'm I would be upset at if I didn't know that and have a ton of Canon batteries lying around. So I do, but it doesn't come with them. You have to buy them separately. It's kind of a weird battery to use, but this thing is absolutely awesome. It's a little expensive. It's like 600 and something bucks. The one that just rotates like this, I think that's 300 and something. But it's really cool. I hate... Oh, hi, Sally. I really hate some of the other sliders. I can never get a really good motion on those, so I really wanted to check this one out. See anything else going on right here? All right. So cool. Hey, thanks a lot for some of the people commenting on here. Awesome. Bought the Pro yesterday. Had the original last year. Works great. Nice. All right, so let's take a look at some other fun stuff. These are in boxes still. I had to open it a little bit to check what it is and make sure that it was here. But we'll do some live unboxings. How about that? Now, this is something that a lot of people have probably been really excited about. Sorry about if this is like going crazy on the microphone. Tamron 28 to 75 millimeter Sony E-mount lens. I know you guys are obsessed with this one. So let's open this thing up. Now this, I actually ordered like 3 copies of this, and this finally came in, but most of them are still sold out everywhere, so apparently you guys are kind of obsessed with this. Nice. Alright, not too bad at all. So, it's actually pretty small and light. Let me see, where's the... Let's pull this thing off, we'll do a little comparison. 24 to 70 f 2.8 from Sony G Master. 24 to 70 2.8 from Tamron. No, 28 to 75 2.8 from Tamron. So overall, I mean, it's almost the same height as that, but it's a lot thinner and a lot lighter. It's a nice portable lens. Now you can tell that it doesn't seem to be very metallic on here. It kind of feels like a nice plastic. You can tell that they're saving a little bit on it. It still feels very secure. I wouldn't have a problem using it. Rotates pretty well. Not as nice as something like this though. This is a little bit smoother and feels a little bit more metallic. But yeah, I could get used to this. So I will say that the rotation is all the way up here, so that'll take some getting used to. But let's go ahead and throw this on the A7R3. And see how this works. All right. Here we go. All right, seems to be all right. Yeah, I like it. So this is it. It's coming up soon. Tons of videos coming up on this thing. I'll throw it up against the 2.8 and see how this one does. And also, check this crazy thing out. So we do a lot of remote shooting at different places, whether it's weddings that we're traveling for and stuff like that. And so, I don't even know how to open this. Here we go. This is pretty crazy. This is a 4 terabyte RAID travel friendly hard drive. I don't know if unboxings are great for microphones. Let's cut this open. Color shifts on the lenses. Sounds like a good idea to test. Alright, this is it. This is 4 terabytes, and you can RAID this thing, RAID 0, RAID 5, whatever. Thunderbolt on the back, USB 3.0, you can RAID 0, RAID 1, and JBOD, so that seems pretty cool on that one. It's powered, and this is completely rugged, so that's nice. So if you're doing a lot of remote shooting, or something that I use these for occasionally is if I'm doing a backup of something really important, these are really easy to take to a remote location, and you get 4 terabytes and something like that. So that works for that. You could RAID this if you want to. But if you're doing a shoot on location and you need something that's going to be very high amounts of storage and you need it to be super fast, you could RAID 0 these and get some really, really crazy stuff out of that. So that's kind of cool. So that's mostly it. All right. I don't think I'm going to open this. I also have this big box right here. That's a BenQ 24-inch. Their new monitor is the SW240. It's a pretty cool monitor right there. I have their 27-inch. What I'll say about it is this. It's not this monitor, I use it on my main setup. And the color accuracy on it's great. The monitor looks great. It's one of the best panels I've ever used. It is fully 10-bit, which is really nice to have. However, most people don't have graphics cards to support that. And I don't either, because you need like NVIDIA Quadro cards, and I'm not using those. So there's something that that I just have not found a huge need for a lot of people to buy. It's really nice to have, but that's kind of my thought on it. So they're like $600 for the 24-inch, and they're really nice. And if you have a Quadro card, it's 10-bit, and there's not a whole lot of monitors that are going to do that 10-bit. So that's a really cool thing to have. So yeah, so that's mostly it, guys. If you have any questions on any of this, let me know. Again, this is the video that's right now being edited on this, so something to really check out is this Ronin right here. Now, I did a preview video for this. I got my hands on it at Sony Kondo. That was the first time using it. And overall, it's really nice. I'll tell you a couple things. This focus wheel, this is not linear. So it's basically like any of these lenses. I'm not a huge fan of that one. It is pretty heavy, but I didn't have a big problem over time. So you have different mode dials. That's amazing. I love this trigger. So if you want to do something low to the ground, you just hold this. There's your new setup, and you can just rotate this thing around like that, bring it back up, double tap on that, and you're good to go. So that's that setup. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you some of that. Feel free to sound off if you have anything else. Yeah, appreciate you guys watching this. Let me know if there's anything that you want to see particularly, but stay tuned for the Ronin. Stay tuned for this Tamron 28-75. I can even see like the knit lines on the plastic molding, so it's definitely plastic. I would say that you're going to notice the difference in build quality on this versus something a little higher end, but hopefully the lens is up to standards on quality. From what I've seen so far, it seems pretty good, so that's awesome. What else? Yeah, the Sigma 85mm 1.4, and that's all coming as well. So thanks guys for watching. I'm going to stop this now, but appreciate that. Stay tuned for some of this stuff. And got a lot coming up really soon. Again, check out our Instagram pages, follow us, because we're traveling this weekend, and you'll see some behind the scenes of some of the stuff that we're testing out. See you guys soon.